Hey my people, how you doing? I hope you're having a damn good day. Welcome back to the channel, and in this video we are going to be playing the new update for FIFA 22, the World Cup updates. Of course, it's going to be in Qatar, the Qatar World Cup, and we're going to start off with Brazil, and we're going to try and win it with them, because I do feel like Brazil have got the best potential team. As you can see right there, that is the team we will more or less be going with for the entirety of this tournament. We will be making a few changes here and there, but as the group stages start, we're probably going to go with that team. And as you can see, the Brazil group stage, or the Brazil group I should say, was Serbia, Switzerland and Cameroon. Very decent nonetheless. So we are going to kick off the World Cup, well, first game for Brazil at least, against Serbia, and we have gone with more or less the strongest lineup, the lineup that I think will be the most common one that you see at the World Cup for the likes of Brazil. And off the bat, great start, 10 minutes in, a few shots here and there, peppering the Serbian goal. I think the Serbian goalkeeper's name is Dimitrovic. There we go, Marko Dimitrovic. He came up with some big saves early on in this game, keeping the likes of Neymar, Jesus, Vinny Jr., Fafina all out. He was incredible. The Serbian goalkeeper is probably their best player on the field at the moment, because he was holding everything back. He was making sure that Brazil remained at arm's length. The Serbian midfield and defense were just very overrun. And 19 minutes in, Vinny Jr. opens the scoring account for Brazil at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. There we go. I think it might actually happen. I think Vinny Jr. in real life probably going to have a great World Cup. He's had a very solid season. Last season, of course, he was phenomenal, but I think this is going to be the kickstarter of his actual season. I mean, he hasn't been the outstanding superstar that he was last year for Real Madrid, but I think with this World Cup, certain players have been holding back just a fair bit, and I think afterwards he's just going to kick on and try and elevate his game to the highest it can potentially go. And at halftime, cruising at 2-0 up, very happy with proceedings, dominating possession, dominating play. Great little move there by Gabriel Jesus, of course, the Arsenal striker. It is a bit of a mix-up for me, because I don't know if I should start with Richarlison or Jesus. I would start Jesus because of his great pressing that he allows, and the build-up play and the interaction that he has with Neymar. I mean, those two swapping in and out of positions is great. The chemistry between them is elite. And we make a few subs here, they get a free kick, and, well, we kind of counter-attack, and it is, of course, Anthony, the new Manchester United signing. He makes it 4-0 on the day. Very happy with that. And, yeah, we deserve this win to open up the World Cup. Brazil, absolutely outstanding. Anthony again with a brace in the first game for Brazil. So it was Vinny with a brace in the first half and Anthony with a brace in the second. If he continues to play like this, I'm going to be forced to start him in the next few games. But off the bat, 5-0 win. Very happy with that. Of course, we will have to have a look and see how some of the other teams have done in their opening games. But to start off our campaign, our new World Cup campaign, 52% possession, 17 shots, an expected goal of 4.9. That's incredible. And as you can see there, Serbia, Cameroon losing, Switzerland and Brazil winning, Portugal losing 4-2. That's quite a big shock, if you ask me. Massive shock. But we move on to the second game of the World Cup, and we are playing in the nice new blue away kit. I really do like this kit. I might pick it up for myself. Very happy with that kit nonetheless. And yeah, we more or less go with the same team. I didn't want to make too many changes to the lineup. I thought, just some continuity, and of course, if we win this one, we can rotate wholesale for the third game, because essentially by winning this, we qualify for the round of 16. And of course, it is a very tough game. I mean, Switzerland themselves, very quality side. They've got some good players that can hurt you. Brel and Bolo definitely being one of them, along with the likes of Granit Xhaka in midfield, and so on. I mean, I know their goalkeeper, Jan Sommer, is elite, so getting the first goal was crucial. And of course, after a very quiet first game in the World Cup, the critics were out. They were there trying to throw some shade at Neymar, as always. And in this game, he was like, you know what? This is my team. This is my nation. I'm going to put it on my back. and I'm going to take it to the final because he is just as motivated as everybody else in this team to try and do as well as possible. And he's got a brace with only 10-20 minutes on the clock, and he is happy as can be, celebrating, dancing, doing his thing, fans going berserk. 32 minutes gone by though, Neymar sips it in for Rafinha, and Jan Sommer is left to stand still, absolutely elated with the finish. Rafinha is quite a good player, not gonna lie. And I mean, people were saying, surely you start Anthony over Rafinha, and the reason I haven't started Anthony in this one is because I think Rafinha just offers a little bit more dynamism, I would say. And yeah, he's a very good player. Decides it back to Neymar there in the second half, of course, to complete his hat-trick. That's right, completing a World Cup hat-trick. Only a few players can say that they've done that. And Neymar has now joined that list, people. He dances, he celebrates with the boys. And of course, second half, it means some subs coming in. And yeah, I was kind of disheartened with the moments in this game because we had just brought on the new players, trying to, get some balance back in the team. And then Braylon Bolo was there to take it away for a 4-1 deficit. But just before the game ended, Vinny with the goal. So very happy with that. Of course, I want my front line to consistently be scoring goals, and whether it's Vinny, whether it's Anthony, whether it's Rafinha, Neymar, Jesus, Richarlison, it doesn't matter as long as they're scoring goals. And as you can see right there, Neymar collects the match ball for his hat-trick. Very happy with that. He literally took the critics and he was like, I'm taking it personal now. And yeah, so we basically have qualified at this point, scoring 10, conceding 1, goal difference of 9. Switzerland, Serbia, and Cameroon, they've got a lot to do, but it's between potentially Switzerland and Serbia to try and qualify for that second place in the group. And essentially, this was just a throwaway game, so I did end up making more or less wholesale changes. I did continue with Neymar, and of course Marquinhos. Militao comes in along with a few other players. Guimaraes and Fabinho, they start as well. Very keen to see Martinelli, Richarlison, and Anthony play. Of course, on the bench, we did have a few other players like Rodrigo and so on, and Pedro. Some very good quality young players that could potentially prove themselves later on in the group stages. I mean, later on in the competition, sorry. As the competition does wind down, you never know, we might pick up a vital injury here or there. So they are going to be very important, and they need to prove themselves in this game. But off the bat, 32 minutes gone by, Neymar picks it up on the right, drifts into the center, and smashes it home past Andre Onana. Very happy with that. And of course, he did take that criticism personally from the very first game. I mean, he was very quiet in that one. I was very shocked. But since then, he has been an absolute superstar. He has been Ronaldo and Messi levels of insane. And very happy with it. Very, very happy with everything he's doing for this team. Like I say, he's the captain. He's got to do well. And he takes it personally when Brazil can't, do their thing. And the Switzerland-Serbia game is currently tied up. And I think as things stand, that means that Switzerland will then progress. I think. But of course, there's still a second half of football to play, and that does mean that anything can happen. This is football. This is football. But speaking of, Neymar with his 5th goal in the competition, that is absolutely outstanding. 5 goals in 3 games, technically 5 goals in 2. But we do make some changes. Paqueta comes on, replaces Neymar, and I must say, the minute Neymar went off, the team just decided to not play football. I was so frustrated. As Cameroon find a way back into this game. Great goal. It was a poor defense, let's be honest. It was very poor defense, but nonetheless, great goal for them. And then just as things were getting better for us, we started throwing attacks forward, piling men forward. They counter-attacked us. And Frank, Zambo, and Greece with a goal, and as things would stand, Cameroon would pick up their first point of the World Cup campaign, and we would drop points for the first time. But regardless, we do qualify for the next round, and as you can see, there's some of the stats. We didn't really play that well. Of course, it was a fully rotated team, and a very big shock as Korea Republic beats Portugal. That's the second game that Portugal have lost. It's going to be interesting to see if they can qualify for their group. And we're going to go through the groups right now. and see who's qualified and who hasn't. And there's a few shocks here and there. As some teams, some players, some big time players, they don't make it to the round of 16. Japan being one of them, they've been low-key very decent over the last few years, but not then. Of course, Brazil qualifying with Switzerland, but there it is, Portugal not qualifying at all, picking up a single win, but unfortunately could not qualify. But we face Uruguay in the round of 16 now. That is going to be a very tasty affair, a South American affair to behold. Of course, Luis Suarez against the likes of Neymar, Vinny Jr. against the likes of Darwin Nunez. Very interesting affair nonetheless. Very happy with the draw, to be honest. I mean, we could have gotten quite a few hard, difficult teams. Of course, we did qualify first, so we do get an easier team. But very happy with this one. I kind of appreciate the South American vibe of this round of 16 game. Of course, we do go with the full strength team yet again. No changes to it. Quite happy with how they've been playing. Of course, we haven't picked up a bump in the road, during those first 2 games, I should say, of the group stage. But the stakes weren't as high. This is knockout football, so now there's more pressure. Now the players are going to feel the crowd a bit more as the crowd tries to get into it. And Casemiro somehow gave away a foul. I completely disagree with that because I feel like he got all the ball, and Suarez just bought it a bit too much there. He bought into it, and the ref bought his BS, I suppose. And right now it's lined up just outside of the box. Of course, we've got a 4-man wall. I would have put more defenders in the wall, to be fair. I mean, Jesus and Rafina aren't the tallest of players, and Suarez is a decent free kick taker. And in FIFA 23, of course, free kicks are not penalties, man. You give them a free kick within shooting distance, and they probably are going to bury it 9 times out of 10. Like, no jokes. Like, it's a bit frustrating. At the same time, you can appreciate it. But Suarez gets Uruguay 1-0 up just before Lucas Torreira puts it in low and hard, driven, beautifully past Alisson. It's a big deal to try and beat Alisson at an angle. Lucas Torreira, he finds the correct angle, and just under 20 minutes and now 2-0. Is this the end of the Brazilian World Cup? Well, if you've looked at the timestamp, probably not, because there's still some time to go in this video. And we threw the kitchen sink at Muslera and Uruguay's defense. We were absolutely on form, spraying shots left, right, and center. It was going to take something special to beat them. It really was. A great ball in. Rafina, he smashes it. Muslera gets a hand to it and triples over the line just before halftime. It's just the confidence booster that we needed heading into halftime, because I was going to be so mad if I could not find that. And very grateful. I was literally like on the edge of my seat, like, just go, carry on rolling, roll over the line, go, go, go. And it eventually did, and I was very happy with that. And as you can see there, that first half, we were quite dominant. Just the end product was not there for us. And Jesus, well, that is why I'm starting him over Richarlison, because he's got the ability to pick up the ball and travel with it, glide past defenders, and then, of course, smash it past the goalkeeper. Very happy with that. And that I think is his second World Cup goal. Yes, I think it is his second. And I mean, to be fair, moments after scoring, Darwin Nunez and Uruguay, they were back at it. They were trying to get back their lead, and they just couldn't. And we had a few subs, of course. Anthony coming on, he has been an absolute super sub for me in this World Cup so far. Vinny signing it over to Anthony, and Anthony to the back of the net ready. Anthony to Neymar back to Anthony. Really cheeky approach to life in the dying moments of the game, and we would end this game 4-2 winners, progressing to the quarterfinals of the FIFA 22 Qatar World Cup. Anthony, his second game with 2 goals. He's got 4 goals so far in this World Cup, and might I add, that face scan is absolutely elite. I hope it comes to the normal version of FIFA, because when I saw this originally, I was like, wow, this is very, very cool. And then I went and had a look at the damn normal FIFA, and there was no face scan. So hopefully FIFA bring it into the normal game soon. But as you can see there, we've drawn Belgium, England versus Argentina, and France versus the Netherlands. The winner of Germany and Croatia, and the winner of Korea and Switzerland will face each other. But as you can see there, Mane leads the way with 6 goals in 4 games, followed closely by Neymar, 5 goals in 4 games. He's got to pick it up though. we've got a very big game. Belgium, of course, they have been World Cup favourites for the last 2 World Cups. Of course, 2014, 2018, of course, the Euros in between. They're always a very good team, and I can probably feel like I've been a bit hard done by here because I would love to have gotten England or the Netherlands. But yeah, Belgium, not the easiest of teams, but 17 minutes gone by, and it's that young superstar, Vinny Jr., who comes up clutch. Great ball from Neymar to him, and from the back of the net. Just before Jesus finds Neymar, who finds the back of the net. Thibaut Courtois has had a 5 minutes of dread and terror as Brazil find themselves 2-0 up thanks to some elite finishing, some exquisite passing. Fred gives Neymar a hug, and to be fair, the eliteness of our finishing ended there as the eliteness of Thibaut Courtois shone straight through our amazing attack, and we threw a lot at them. We probably should have been up more than what we were, and their defense was on point from the second goal that they conceded. And might I add again, Thibaut Courtois probably is the best goalkeeper in the world when it comes to making saves. Of course, he's not the best with his feet, but the first job that a keeper has is to make saves. And like I said, he probably should have scored a few more, but if it wasn't for the likes of his genius and the defensive scrappiness that Belgium had in their team, probably think we would have run riot. And just before the hour mark, yeah, Belgium find a way back into this one. It was quite frustrating. Vanaken, of course, playing off the right of Romelu Lukaku, who does a little bit of movement in the box, a little bit of skill moves here and there, finds some space and finds it straight past Alisson, who is also a very good goalkeeper. But of course, just before the 75th minute, we made some changes, so on, bring some fresh legs onto the field just to put more dynamism into this team, and we were able to hang on for a 2-1 win, and we will progress again to the semi-finals. Now, the last time Brazil were in the semi-finals, they got cooked 7-1 by Germany. Is it going to be different? Of course, we face the Korea Republic. It's Argentina versus the Netherlands. Could it be an all-out South American final? Could it be Messi versus Neymar in the final? Well, they've got to beat the Netherlands, and Brazil have got to beat the Korea Republic. Of course, going up against the likes of Heung-min Son. I don't know anybody else in the Korea Republic team, unfortunately. But I know Son, and he's a great, outstanding superstar in the making. Kind of, already made. But he's a very good player nonetheless. And for this one, we went with quite a few changes. Of course, Fabinho comes into the team, and as well as Antony. I really have enjoyed using him, and I feel like he's earned his place in the semi-final squad to start. So Antony off the right, Fabinho in the middle, offering a bit more defensive solidarity, protecting our back line, of course. The likes of Fabinho and Casemiro in the midfield is elite. And of course, we are going to be relying on Neymar a fair amount. And I might I say, this game was an absolute riot from the get-go. 24 minutes, 25 minutes gone by, we were 2-0 up, cruising. 40 minutes gone by, Richarlison had a brace at this point. He was absolutely doing his chicken dance. Just outstanding play. We were very motivated to make sure that this was not going to be another 7-1 L for Brazil, and that sealed the deal. Richarlison with a hat-trick in the damn World Cup semi-finals. Absolutely insane. Too bad he can't do that for Tottenham Hotspur. And great ball from Vinny into Richarlison. Richarlison goes down. The Korean Republic's centre-back takes him out, and he gets booked. Wow. It's time for Neymar to step up, though. It is a bit of a crunch, I'm not going to lie. It's a very late challenge. I mean, the shot was taken already, but it's a late challenge nonetheless. And it's time for the Brazilian captain, Neymar Jr., to step up and take this. Is he going to make it? And he sends the keeper absolutely nowhere. The keeper doesn't move at all, but he sends it into the top right. And to top things off, he gets himself a brace, and it's currently 6-0 on the day. Absolutely insane scenes. Richarlison, Sarden, Antony. Terrible shot, might I add. Terrible shot selection, but the keeper doesn't save it. It somehow drifts under his hand, or he gets a glove to it, I should say. Carries on travelling into the back of the net, and that would be that. And the game would end off 7-1. How is that for poetic justice? In a way, of course. It's not against Germany, but Brazil will be in the 2022 World Cup final after beating their opponents 7-1 in the semi-finals. 8 years after losing 7-1 in the semi-finals. And it will be against the Netherlands. The Netherlands scrapping to a 1-0 victory over Argentina. It would have been absolutely insane to face off against the likes of Argentina, but unfortunately it was not to be. And as you can see there, Neymar with 8 goals in 6 matches leads the assist chart as well with 9 in 6 matches. That's got to be some kind of record. He has been absolutely insane. Best goalkeeper currently in the competition has been Manuel Neuer, but Germany nowhere to be found. Blend leads with yellow cards as well as the red card stats, but now it's time. It's the time that you've all been waiting for, the World Cup final. Win this and it's a successful video. We won that trophy right there. So we've got to make sure that we seal the deal. I mean, we've been probably the best team in this tournament. Brazil, I feel, are the best team in this tournament. They've got a great blend of youth and experience. They've got a great blend of hard workers and flair players. Neymar's on the screen, of course. They've got everything that you would want. They definitely remind me of France 4 years ago. France, on the other hand, they've got injuries. That's why I'm not backing them this year. But genuinely, Brazil, I feel like they have everything that's required. The manager, the style, the tactics, everything to win this World Cup. And of course, the Dutch team, they're going with the back five, so it's going to be very difficult to break down that team. Very, very difficult nonetheless. But we have made one change from our semi-finals team, and that is Militao comes in at right back. We are going to be playing with somewhat elbow back four. Playing Militao, playing Militao as a right back. Of course, Fabinho and Casemiro keep their place behind Neymar. Antony was outstanding in the semi-finals, so he had to start again. And yeah, off the bat, we were put under a lot of pressure. I did enjoy that though. I really did enjoy that. And we probably should have scored that chance. Vinny Jr. unfortunately slamming just wide of the mark. And a few moments after a terrible crucial miss, well, Steven Bergwijn gives the Netherlands the lead. 1-0 after 30 minutes to them. They're happy, they're content. And of course, they've got a very good defensive back line. So they can defend a 1-0 lead, and it did make them stress quite a bit. As Neymar fires off a great shot, Silesen getting his hands to it. Of course, Silesen recently announced that he's not going to be in recently announced that Van Gaal has not selected him for the Dutch team. So it is going to be very interesting to see the official teams be released in the World Cup game. Or the World Cup version of it, I should say. But of course, it had to be goal number 9, Neymar with it, dancing with his teammates as always, the Brazilian flair showing through as anything really. And as you can see right there, more or less equally matched in terms of possession, but the expected goal 0.2 versus 1.1. Yep, that's right, they had a very horrible soft chance and they buried it. It was poor defense from my end and just frustration all ends up. That frustration would subside as 5 minutes before time expires. That's right, 85 minutes gone by. Richarlison, none other than Richarlison, gives us the lead. But of course, we do make a change. Alex Telles comes on to just shore up that left-hand side. And Addison, a massive save. I think it's Davy Klaassen, tries to fire it home. Addison gives a big hand to it, goes over the bar for a corner kick. And of course, you guys can see that clock in the corner. Time is way over, 5 minutes. That's how crucial this corner kick is, because this is virtually the last kick of this game. One kick away from a World Cup trophy number 6. And it's not to be as Daniel Denzel Dumfries heads it home, basically as time's expiring. I mean, damn well the referee added 4 extra minutes on at this point. But you've got to say it is deserved. It is more fitting that this game goes to extra time as the Netherlands look to pile on more pressure and just great pressing nonetheless. And I was at 6s and 7s for that little bit of craziness from the Netherlands. And yeah, so we tried our best, we tried our damnedest, but unfortunately we could not blow the Dutch house down in the first half of extra time, just sailing over the crossbar for what seemed to be a conversion at that point. But Nonetheless, our second half sub of Gabriel Jesus on for Richarlison picks up the ball, does some things, has a phone call and says, "Babes, I'm bringing home this World Cup." And there we go. He buries it in the back of the net. The fans going berserk. Very happy with that, and that would be the final goal. The final nail in the coffin. The Netherlands. Wow. Their second World Cup final in the span of 12 years. And unfortunately, still no result really. Losing 3-2 in the World Cup is quite rough. The final it's not for everyone, but it is for Brazil. Number 5 was in 2002. It's about damn well time that they got number 6. So there we have it, people. Neymar lifting that trophy high in the sky, celebrating like a real Brazilian captain would. Very happy with that. And guys, please let me know down below in the comments who you think or who you think is going to win the World Cup. In your opinion, of course. If you would like to, smash that like button down below. That'd be really great. Of course, we are going to be doing some World Cup content on this channel. Well, whilst the World Cup's on. And yeah, as you can see there, that was the knockout stages of the World Cup. Very happy with that. Team of the tournament that was announced. I was very disheartened because there was, 2 Brazilian players? I mean, Neymar didn't even make the team. I mean, he led in assists and goals, but anyways, it is what it is. Goalkeeper of the tournament was, I think, Manuel Neuer. Oh, it was Matt Turner, somehow beating Manuel Neuer to the thing. Senegal's Mane got player of the tournament somehow, some way. I mean, Brazil taking home the gold trophy at least. But that is going to be that. Smash like button, and I hope you guys have a great damn day.